Hey, and welcome back to the next episode of Super Mario 64.
Hello.
One thing I forgot to mention previously is if on this screen, if you hit the A button, you bring up a little hand and you can like take Mario's face and just kind of mess with his face a little bit. I don't think there's a way to get it to stick like in the crazy direction and everything. But I know in like Mario Party 2 there's a mini game where you mess with portraits and stuff that are the different characters' faces. We're gonna hop right back in and just keep moving on. I think Dire Dire Docks. Yeah, Dire Dire Docks is the next one we do. And then we're gonna get the red coins in Bowser's place. So we got to get 100 coins with Dire Dire Docks, and we got to finish out getting the last 3 or 4 stars. Then it's on to red coins in Bowser's place, and the second area is going to be taken care of, and then we'll move on to the third area. So we'll, just keep on moving on. Probably because the red, this is the red coin one. I'm probably going to try and get like 100%, 100 coins in this one. There's like, isn't there like a little area up top, or is that like, it must be in like other editions, because I kind of remember there being like a place you can get on that you can also collect coins, but I guess not. This one makes me a little nervous to try to collect all the coins because, of this thing like right here, the jet stream, pulling me in. But it should be fine if I don't like rest on my laurels and all that, Just try not to make any bad decisions or bad choices. There are plenty of coins scattered around here, so it shouldn't be too bad to get 100. It's just, the act of getting all 100 can be, like I've said in previous episodes, can be a little dull. There's nothing in the clams. Alright, well then we're gonna just move on. So, as of today, I was able to... there's a couple updates real quick. I upgraded my capture card from the one that I bought that was kind of like, I don't remember the brand or whatnot, and what I got is an Elgato HD60X. And so far, it seems to be doing good. I had to change some settings, so I might be playing around a little bit with those. I did some test recordings, but you know how it goes sometimes, like, I'm going to move the mic. So if that, bothered you, I apologize. But, so I'm going to have to do some, in a few videos, got to make sure that the settings are all right. I had to, like, fix the playback. There was, like, a delay. There was a double sound and there was a delay, and I ended up just moving that to another... the Elgato's capture to another track so that it's not doubled up. But like I was saying, there's nothing in these clams. And why are these clams even here? But yeah, so like I said, I ended up just changing the track like that, and so it's being recorded on a completely separate track that is completely split off. If you go through that big square right there, it takes you outside the castle. I don't know why you would do that, but you can. But yeah, so I upgraded my capture card. And I also got a copy of the Silent Hill 2 remake. And so far I'm like an hour and a half in, and so far I think it's pretty good. You know, they changed a few things in it, which, you know, is as to be expected. But one of the things that I kind of feel a little strange about is the fact that, like, you run around the town, and the town is so big and so open, and you feel like there should be a lot of stuff to find when exploring, but, like, I haven't really found much of anything, like, items-wise. And, you know, that's something that, in the original game, if you run around the town for like 5 minutes, I'm gonna change back to Lakitu. If you run around town for like 5 minutes, you're gonna get like a lot of healing items and a lot of ammunition, and you can stockpile on that stuff. So it's kind of interesting to see that, like, in the remake they don't have stuff scattered around. But so far it's been pretty good. The combat is really simple in the game, but it was pretty simple in the original as well. The combat actually wasn't really the main focus of the game, admittedly. You know? So I'm not really that surprised that it's different. And more simplified. You just have to press a button now. You don't have to worry about, like, readying the weapon. But I'm sure when, you know, firearms are involved, it's probably going to be a completely different thing altogether. But one of the things, like I was saying, I just kind of find it a little baffling. It might be faster just to go drop down and climb back up, to be honest, so I'm going to do that. But one of the things I just find it kind of baffling is how empty the actual, like, town is when you're running around. I mean, you do find some things here and there that allow you to get some items and stuff, you know, but there's really not a whole lot to say about, like, exploration in the game. It's almost kind of pointless right now, I think. Maybe I'll feel differently about it when I play more, but right now it kind of feels like there's no point. Everything, like, there's, like, I will say, like, the game had a lot of broken doors that, like, you couldn't do anything with. You just had to, like, check the door and it would be like, oh, it's broken, or oh, it's locked. And, you know, you couldn't actually go through the door, but yet the door was, like, available, you know? And I remember a lot of people would complain about that. So let me go find 4 coins though, because I don't want to end the level. I've got like 4 more to go, you know. But as I was saying, you know, a lot of people complain about that. Like, well, why are there so many doors if I can only go through a handful of them? And I get their complaint, and I think that it's valid. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, the doors are there to make it feel like there are rooms there, and that you don't explore rooms that aren't really necessary. But I can understand and kind of agree with it being kind of like, well, why is it even here to begin with? But, you know, that's just kind of how a lot of it is. It kind of, like I said, it was kind of like the illusion of, like, there's a door here, and that door is, you know, supposed to represent, like, that door is supposed to represent an actual room, even if you can't go in it. Like, you can still, you know, pretend you can go in it.
Here we go.
But, you know, like I said, it's just one of those things that it's like, it allows you to pretend that, like, the room's, like, the area's bigger, because, like, if you're running around, like, let's say the hospital, for an example, there's going to be a lot of rooms in a hospital, you know? But, I don't know, so far it just kind of feels like there was a few choices that make sense, that are kind of like, well, it just feels like they're just holding me by the hand. Like, you know, maybe I'll elaborate on it more when I play the game, because I have plans to play the original. I don't currently have plans to play the remake for the channel yet, because I would want to play the original first, and I would probably want to play at least up through 4 before I even did, like, the remake. And then there's no telling if they do, like, a remake for 1 and 3, which it's kind of a little strange to me that they just did a remake of 2 without even doing the remake for 1. But I think because the original is such a big deal, they probably just wanted to get started with it and see how it went. But I'm gonna leave it there, because I don't want to just keep talking about the Silent Hill remake. Because honestly, I haven't really played it enough to have a fully formulated opinion. Just so far, I like what I see. But then there's a few things that are also kind of like, you know... So far I like what I see, but then there's also a few things that are kind of like, well, that's really different. And... what I will say, when I'll finish saying this, like, I don't really dislike remakes. If they can do something that's, like, it makes sense in the context of the game, like, I'm all for that. Like, they make a, you know, life improvement choice. I'm all for that, but one of the things I don't like about remakes is when they try to streamline it to the point where chunks of the game is missing, or you end up getting to a position where it's like, how did we get to this part on the map when we're not supposed to be here yet? You know what I mean? So we'll see how things turn out, but there's been a couple times where it's been like, oh, you know, they streamlined 20 minutes of the game or something. Just taking a sip of my drink. But like I said, that's enough of that. I like the game. I will just say, like, I like the game. I think it's pretty good so far. I'll give you an updated opinion once I finish it. If you haven't already, or you don't know, I have a X account under the same name as the channel name. So if you ever want to, you know, get an extra update when a video is uploaded, because I do have my announcements when the videos get uploaded. That's a pretty good place, you know, because I know YouTube's not always super reliable on notifications. So there is that, as well as, like, every so often I'll make a comment on things or talk about certain things with updates. So like I said, if it's not anything that's like warranting an update video, like, I'll just post it there. So if you're interested in staying up to date with that information, like I said, it's there. At some point, I think I have it on my actual main YouTube account, but I'll start putting it in the channel description at some point if I haven't already. Alright, now we're going to collect the red coins. to get that life. But, yeah, so... Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, once I get the red coins in this level, we'll be done with the second area. Then we'll have, like, Area 3 to go through. Some of the levels I haven't even shown yet. So once we're done, we'll be getting almost caught up here in a minute, you know, to where I was before I decided to go and collect all of the stars. But I just want to check in real quick and see how you felt about the series so far. If you've been enjoying it, I'd like to know. And if there's anything in particular you might want to see as far as the game goes. Mario? That was the camera's fault. If there's anything you want to see in particularly when it comes to a game, if I have it and have the ability to record it, I'll certainly try. So feel free to say something if there's like a particular game you want to see, and if I have the ability, I'll play it. But I did a test recording of Resident Evil 4 on the Switch. That's like the 5th time I did a test recording of Resident Evil 4. And on the old capture card, it didn't really work very well. Like, weirdly enough, whoa, that was close. But yeah, it didn't really work out that well with the Switch version, and I tried it on PS5 for my PS4 copy, and it also didn't work out very well, but it was working on PS2. It was like super choppy, you know? And I did a test recording on the PS2, or the Switch one last night, and it looked really good, so I might be able to do that. I'm gonna try recording some stuff on PS5 later. Whoops. So I'm gonna try recording some stuff on PS5 later, and then we'll see if I have the ability to get up to that point now, or if I still need to wait till I get a better computer. But you know, like I said, I'll have to see. But I'm kind of excited because that means that it's opened up. If the capture card can handle it, even though I'm working on like a laptop that I'm surprised could handle most of the stuff I've recorded so far. I'm just gonna exit the course. If it can handle it, like, then there's a lot of stuff that I can do that's on my PS5. Like, at some point, once I get a better handle on like recording like role-playing games, I'm gonna do like a Persona 3, 4, and 5 playthrough. I'll probably do FES and then eventually do the remake. But like, so at some point I'm going to do a Persona playthrough. Persona 5 is my favorite, admittedly, because it was the first Persona that I played. I think it's a really good game and I like the story, but I think for me, Persona 3 has the best story out of the ones I've played. I have not played the first two yet. I have them on the PSP, but I don't really have a way to play it. Come on now, Mario. Mario. There we go. Gee darn it, Mario. Anyway. Just get up the slope. Okay, there we go. Gosh, like, I'm starting to get really impatient there. I'm just gonna grab this first one and here, and we're gonna do like the rest of them. I think I'm gonna do the rest of them in the next video because I'm at the point where this video is like pretty much over. But this is what I was talking about when we first came in here, that you just ride the penguin's head instead of walking, you know? So you want to get pretty clear away because the wind like blows pretty far. But yeah, so I'm gonna get that one, and then I'm going to end the video here, and in the next video we'll finish up that area. I appreciate you watching. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day / night.